Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering Zoomfind alters browser settings to promote questionable search engines. Sauron Ransomware changes your desktop wallpaper and drops a ransom note. And Niko Ransomware appends .niko extension to encrypted files. The Zoomfind browser Hijacker is a deceptive program that poses a risk to your online privacy and browsing experience. While it may appear as a legitimate search engine at first, its primary goal is to alter your browser settings, redirecting your searches and flooding your browsing experience with unwanted ads. Zoomfind hijacks your browser to generate revenue for its developers by manipulating your search results and promoting sponsored content. Understanding how this browser hijacker operates, how it spreads, and the risks it poses is crucial for maintaining control over your browsing activities and protecting your personal information. What is Zoomfind browser hijacker? Zoomfind browser hijacker is a type of potentially unwanted program, PUP, that modifies a user's browser settings. Once installed, Zoomfind changes the default search engine to something like the finditfast.com fake search engine, along with the default homepage and new tab settings. These sites are typically filled with advertisements, sponsored links, and in some cases, potentially harmful content. Zoomfind collects data about your search queries, visited websites, and even personally non-identifiable information like your IP address. This data is often sold to third parties, allowing advertisers to target you with even more intrusive ads. Moreover, the redirects initiated by Zoomfind often lead to low-quality or unsafe websites, further exposing users to security risks. How does Zoomfind browser hijacker spread? Zoomfind spreads through several common distribution tactics, often relying on questionable methods to trick users into installing it. The most frequent ways include software bundling. Zoomfind is frequently bundled with other free software that users download from third-party websites. When installing these programs, users may unknowingly allow additional software like Zoomfind to be installed. The option to opt out is often buried in the installation process, making it easy to miss. Fake ads and downloads. Users may encounter ads or pop-ups that claim their browser needs an update or offer some other form of software. These deceptive ads often lead to the installation of browser hijackers like Zoomfind. Users who believe they are updating a legitimate program may inadvertently install the browser hijacker instead. The risks and consequences of Zoomfind browser. Zoomfind's impact on your system can range from minor annoyances to more serious privacy concerns and security risks. Here are some of the main issues associated with this browser hijacker. Browser redirection. Zoomfind changes your browser's default settings, redirecting your searches to its own platform. Instead of showing relevant search results, it directs users to low-quality or sponsored websites, which are often filled with ads. These redirects frustrate users and expose them to websites that may contain unreliable software. Intrusive advertisements. Zoomfind generates revenue through the ads displayed in search results and on the websites it redirects users to. These ads can be overwhelming, and in some cases, they may lead to potentially harmful websites that further compromise your security. Privacy invasion. Zoomfind collects and tracks user data, including browsing habits, search queries, and even location details. This information is typically sold to third parties and may potentially expose you to untrustworthy content. How to detect and remove Zoomfind browser hijacker. Detecting Zoomfind is relatively straightforward, as users often notice changes in their browser settings almost immediately. Some common signs include unexpected changes to your homepage, new tab page, and search engine, an increase in intrusive ads and frequent redirects to unfamiliar websites. If you notice these symptoms, your browser has likely been hijacked by Zoomfind. Removing Zoomfind manually could be challenging, as simply resetting your browser may not fully eliminate the hijacker. It may leave behind residual files that allow it to reappear. The most effective way to remove Zoomfind is to use a reputable malware remediation tool. These tools are designed to thoroughly scan your system, detect all hijacker components, and safely remove them without damaging your system or browser. How to protect yourself from browser hijackers like Zoomfind? To protect yourself from browser hijackers like Zoomfind, it's important to adopt good online habits and take proactive security measures. Here are some key steps you can take. Download software from trusted sources. Always download software from official or trusted websites, and be cautious when installing free programs from third-party sites. Pay attention to the installation process and opt out of any additional software that is not necessary. Be wary of suspicious ads and links. Avoid clicking on suspicious ads, pop-ups, or links, especially those that claim your system needs an update or urgent fix. Keep your software updated. Regularly update your browser and operating system to ensure they are equipped with the latest security patches. This reduces the likelihood of vulnerabilities being exploited by malware. Use a reputable malware remediation tool. The best way to safeguard your system against threats like Zoomfind is to use a trusted malware remediation tool. These tools can detect and block unwanted programs, including browser hijackers, before they can infiltrate your system. By continuously monitoring for suspicious activity and blocking potential threats, a strong malware remediation solution can provide you with the protection you need to keep your browser safe and secure. By staying vigilant and employing reliable security measures, you can significantly reduce the risk of browser hijackers like Zoomfind, ensuring a safer and more enjoyable online browsing experience. Sauron Ransomware is a dangerous ransomware-type malware designed to encrypt files on infected systems and extort victims for money in exchange for their decryption. This software follows a similar pattern to other ransomware, locking users out of their important data and coercing them into paying large sums of money to restore file access. Understanding how Sauron Ransomware operates, its methods of infection, and the risks it poses can help protect users from falling victim to this devastating threat. What is Sauron Ransomware? Sauron Ransomware is file encrypting malware that targets individuals and businesses alike. Once installed on a system, it systematically encrypts various file types, such as documents, photos, videos, and backups, rendering them inaccessible. Sauron Ransomware's primary goal is to force victims into paying a ransom to obtain the decryption key needed to unlock their files. This ransomware appends an extension to each encrypted file, which includes a unique ID assigned to the victim, the attacker's contact email address, and the Sauron extension. For example, a file originally named document.pdf could be renamed to the file name on your screen. This renaming structure makes it clear that the file has been encrypted by Sauron Ransomware, and victims are urged to email the cybercriminals for further instructions on how to recover their data. How does Sauron Ransomware spread? Sauron Ransomware uses various tactics to spread around. These methods include phishing emails, malicious downloads, and software vulnerabilities. Phishing emails. Phishing campaigns are the primary distribution method for Sauron Ransomware. Cybercriminals send out emails that appear to be from trusted sources, often containing malicious attachments or links. When unsuspecting users open the attachment or click the link, the ransomware is downloaded and executed on their device. Malicious downloads. Ransomware can also be distributed through deceptive software downloads. Users may unknowingly download ransomware when trying to access free software, cracks, or updates from unreliable sources. Once the file is downloaded and opened, Sauron Ransomware installs itself on the system and begins encrypting files. Exploiting software vulnerabilities. Cybercriminals may exploit security flaws in outdated or unpatched software to deliver ransomware like Sauron Ransomware. By using these weaknesses, they can remotely install the ransomware without the victim's knowledge or consent. Compromised websites. In some cases, visiting compromised websites can trigger a ransomware download. Such websites may host hidden scripts that automatically download and install the malicious software onto the visitor's computer. The risks and consequences of Sauron Ransomware. Once Sauron Ransomware infects a system, the consequences can be severe. The ransomware uses strong algorithms to encrypt files, making it nearly impossible to recover data without the decryption key. Here are some of the primary risks associated with Sauron Ransomware. Data encryption and loss. The most immediate threat posed by Sauron Ransomware is the encryption of valuable files. Without a decryption key, victims are unable to access their data, potentially losing access to critical documents, work files, or personal memories. Ransom payment. Sauron Ransomware demands a ransom payment, often in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Depending on the attacker's demands, ransoms can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. However, there is no guarantee that paying the ransom will result in file recovery, as cybercriminals are under no obligation to provide the decryption key. Further infections. In some cases, systems infected by ransomware may be left vulnerable to further attacks. If the ransomware is not properly removed, cybercriminals could retarget the same victim or spread additional malware on the compromised system. Financial and business disruption. For businesses, a ransomware attack can lead to significant financial losses and operational disruptions. Downtime caused by inaccessible files, coupled with the cost of potential ransom payments and system recovery, can severely impact a company's productivity. How to remove Sauron Ransomware? Removing Sauron Ransomware manually is not recommended, as the ransomware often embeds itself deeply into the system. Attempting to remove it without professional tools may leave residual files that allow the ransomware to reinfect the system. The most effective way to remove Sauron Ransomware and its associated components is to use a reputable malware remediation tool. These tools are designed to thoroughly scan the system, detect ransomware, and safely eliminate it. How to protect yourself from Sauron Ransomware? To protect yourself from ransomware threats like Sauron Ransomware, it is important to adopt good cybersecurity practices and use strong preventive measures. Here are some steps to help safeguard your system. Be cautious when opening emails. Avoid opening attachments or clicking links in unsolicited or suspicious emails. Phishing emails are a common way for ransomware to spread, so always verify the source before interacting with email content. Download software from trusted sources. Only download software and files from reputable websites and trusted developers. Avoid pirated or cracked software, as it may come bundled with malware. Keep your software updated. Regularly update your operating system and applications to ensure that any vulnerabilities are patched, making it harder for ransomware to infect your system. Use a reputable malware remediation tool. A trusted malware remediation tool is essential for detecting and blocking ransomware before it can cause damage. These tools monitor your system for suspicious activity, isolate ransomware threats, and remove malicious software. By using a reliable malware remediation solution, you can protect your system from Sauron Ransomware and other evolving ransomware threats. By staying vigilant and employing strong security measures, you can significantly reduce the risk of ransomware attacks and ensure that your data remains safe. Niko Ransomware, a variant from the notorious Makeup ransomware family, is a malicious program designed to encrypt files and hold them hostage for ransom. Like other ransomware, Niko Ransomware compromises victims' files, making them inaccessible, and demands payment in exchange for a decryption key. The malicious actors behind Niko Ransomware use fear tactics and tight deadlines to pressure victims into paying up, but complying doesn't guarantee recovery. Understanding how Niko Ransomware works, how it spreads, and the dangers it presents is essential to safeguard your data and prevent this destructive malware from wreaking havoc on your system. How Niko Ransomware operates? Once Niko Ransomware infiltrates a victim's computer, it quickly scans the system for various file types, including documents, images, videos, and more. It then proceeds to encrypt these files, rendering them completely inaccessible. What distinguishes Niko Ransomware is that it appends a string of random characters, likely a victim's ID, an attacker's email address, and the Niko extension to every encrypted file. For example, suppose Niko Ransomware encrypts a file named document PDF. Then it would be renamed to something like the file name on your screen. This renaming structure provides both the victim's ID and the attacker's contact information, allowing cybercriminals to establish a communication channel with the victim. After that, Niko Ransomware drops a ransom note. The name of the file containing the ransom note is displayed on your screen. The note includes instructions on how to contact the attackers via email, usually through services like Proton Mail, and demands a ransom in cryptocurrency, often Bitcoin. The note typically warns the victim that failure to comply within a specified period will result in the permanent deletion of the decryption key, leaving their files encrypted forever. How Niko Ransomware spreads. Niko Ransomware spreads through several common infection vectors, each designed to exploit user behavior and system vulnerabilities. Phishing emails. One of the most prevalent methods for ransomware distribution is through phishing emails. These emails appear to come from trusted sources, but they contain malicious attachments or links. When a victim clicks the link or opens the attachment, Niko Ransomware is downloaded onto their device, quickly beginning the encryption. Malicious downloads. Niko Ransomware can also be spread through malicious downloads, where unsuspecting users download infected files from unreliable websites. Free software, pirated content, or even fake software updates can be used to trick victims into downloading ransomware. Exploiting software vulnerabilities. Cybercriminals may exploit vulnerabilities in outdated or unpatched software to install ransomware like Niko Ransomware. Systems that are not up to date with security patches are prime targets for these types of attacks. Compromised websites. Sometimes simply visiting a compromised website may result in an automatic ransomware download. Such websites may host hidden scripts that download and execute the ransomware on a victim's system without their knowledge. The risks and consequences of Niko Ransomware. Once Niko Ransomware has infected a system, the damage can be severe and difficult to undo. The primary risks associated with Niko Ransomware include file encryption and data loss. The most immediate consequence is the encryption of valuable files, making them inaccessible. Without the decryption key, victims cannot recover their files unless they pay the ransom, assuming the cybercriminals deliver on their promise. Ransom demands. Niko Ransomware demands payment in cryptocurrency to unlock encrypted files. Ransoms typically range from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the value of the encrypted data. However, paying the ransom does not guarantee that the attackers will provide the decryption key. Financial and operational impact. For businesses, the disruption caused by Niko Ransomware can be devastating. The inability to access critical files can halt operations, causing financial losses, downtime, and a damaged reputation. Even for individual users, the personal impact can be severe, especially if important documents or personal memories are lost. Privacy risks. Niko Ransomware can also open up a system to further exploitation, as sensitive information may be collected during the attack and later sold or used in other malicious schemes. How to remove Niko Ransomware? The most effective way to remove Niko Ransomware is to use a reputable malware remediation tool. These tools are designed to thoroughly scan the system for all traces of ransomware, detect malicious files, and remove the infection without damaging your system further. A trusted malware removal solution will also help protect your system from future ransomware attacks by monitoring for suspicious activity and blocking potential threats before they can cause harm. How to protect yourself from Niko Ransomware. To prevent falling victim to ransomware like Niko Ransomware, it's essential to adopt a proactive cybersecurity approach. Be wary of email attachments. Avoid opening email attachments or clicking links from unfamiliar sources. Always verify the legitimacy of the sender before taking any action. Download from trusted sources. Only download software and files from reputable websites. Avoid downloading pirated software or free applications from unknown sources, as these are often bundled with malware. Keep your software updated. Regularly update your operating system, applications, and security software to patch vulnerabilities that cybercriminals can exploit. Use a reputable malware remediation tool. One of the best ways to defend against ransomware is by using a reliable malware remediation tool. These tools can identify and block ransomware before it has a chance to encrypt your files. By continuously scanning your system for suspicious activity, a trusted malware remediation solution will provide the protection you need to keep your data and systems safe from threats like Niko Ransomware. By staying vigilant and employing robust security measures, you can significantly reduce the risk of ransomware attacks and keep your valuable data safe from encryption and extortion attempts.
You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like Spy Hunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. Spy Hunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. Spy Hunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the Spy Hunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. Spy Hunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download Spy Hunter today. Thanks for watching.